So I got this mystery package from Google about 2 weeks ago or so. Actually, I got two boxes, a white one as well as a black one. We had a Pixel 3 XL in the black package and then the Google Home Hub in the white one. And I couldn't really make a video on this before because it was under embargo, but now that the embargo has been lifted, here's my 3-day experience with the Google Home Hub. So this has actually been the most interesting thing for me, at least from the Google event, even more interesting than the Pixel 3 because, you know, we already knew pretty much everything in terms of the Pixel 3. And spoiler, this thing, the Google Home Hub, has been even better than I expected. So I had some really high expectations for this, and turns out that it's much better than I expected. So yeah, here's my 3-day experience with the Home Hub, grab some snacks, and let's see if this thing is actually the best home assistant that you can buy or not. So just to give you guys a quick overview, Google already has a few smart speakers. We have the Home Mini, which is the smallest of the bunch, and also my favorite one so far, and then we have the Google Home, which is much louder and richer than the Mini, and then we have the big Google Home Max, which is on a completely different level in terms of the sound quality. And aside from those 3 Google Home products, Google has now introduced a 4th one, the Google Home Hub, which is the first one with a display. So think of this as a hub for all of your smart home accessories, hence, you know, its Home Hub name. Okay, so taking a look at the box first, we have Google Home Hub on the front, hands-free help at home. On the left, we have a few examples of commands you can ask the Home Hub, such as to show you your calendar, your YouTube content, photos, and so on. And then on the right, we have a list of all the ports and sensors, so 2 microphones on the top, 1 light sensor in the middle, 7-inch display, as well as a full range speaker on the bottom with Bluetooth 5.0 support, multi-room audio, basically the same as all the other Google Home speakers. And then finally on the back, we get a listing of the main features and the main functionality of the Home Hub. And then inside the box we get the quick start guide, we get a warranty and the safety guide, as well as the power adapter, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And now we get to the Home Hub itself, and oh wow, the Home Hub is so small. I mean, this thing, wow, okay, interesting. So I was expecting this to be about the same size as an iPad, but in reality, this thing is significantly smaller than I expected. I mean, take a look at this, guys. It's about the same size as my hand. Yes, it's even smaller than an iPad mini, and it's a tiny bit wider than something like an iPhone XS Max. So yeah, interesting. It's interesting because even in Google's own ads, the Home Hub appeared much larger. I'm guessing that they used some really smart camera tricks and some really small props for the plants, but wow, first impression is that this is so much smaller than what I expected. I was expecting this to be honestly as big as a 9.7-inch iPad or so, but in reality it's quite a bit smaller than that. Now, design-wise, it does look quite interesting. So it looks like a mini tablet that's been glued onto a speaker. So we have a microphone, mute switch on the back, as well as a volume slider, but that's about it. And then we also get a power connector on the back because yes, you do need to have the Home Hub plugged in all the time. Yes, it doesn't have a battery, an integrated battery, so you need to have this plugged in all the time. I really wish that Google added a battery because, you know, it would be cool to just lift it and take it anywhere in your home, or at least Google could have released some standalone stands for this, because at the moment this is by the way glued, so it's really stuck to the actual tablet, so you cannot remove it. I mean, even in Google's own ads, they showed you using this in the kitchen for finding recipes, in the bedroom for waking up in the morning, as well as near the front entrance, you know, as a Home Hub for your smart home accessories. Now, one solution for this, for the fact that this basically was designed to only be used in one room, would be, you know, buying multiple Home Hubs. Basically, what Google meant with that ad is that you could place it anywhere you want, in any room, and it would still fit. And yeah, I totally agree. The design was made with that thing in mind. The fact that you can put it anywhere, in any room, and yes, it would fit, mostly because of that bezel, which to be honest, I don't think this was required at all, since, you know, you won't be holding this like a tablet, but that white frame does make it easier to blend in with the furniture, since it makes it look more of like a photo frame, rather than, let's say, a tablet. Okay, so 3 days with this. Is it any good? And honestly, it actually is. It is better than I expected. It's pretty good. So one of my main, not really complaints, but one of my main desires that I had with all the previous smart home hubs, so to say, or speakers or assistants, whatever you want to call these, was a display. I really wish that I could see what the Home Hub was telling me, or what a Home Assistant, you know what I mean, was telling me, and I could finally see that. I can finally have that with a Home Hub, because this one finally has a display. And yeah, the way this works is that the display is always on, like always on, which is pretty great. So you can always see the time, you can see the weather being displayed, you can check the news, and pretty much anything that the Google Home could already do. But now you can see that being displayed on the 7-inch display. And then let's say when I want to go to bed and you turn off the lights, the display would actually go really dim, as in really dim, 1% brightness dim, and the night clock would be displayed. And then if you don't want the night clock face, you can have images from space, news, pictures from your library, and many more. You can also set alarms on this thing. So yeah, think of the Home Hub as not really a tablet that's always plugged in, but as a smart digital clock that can do so many things, from managing your home to, you know, being a full-fledged smart assistant and many more. Now, interesting enough, it also has a true tone display, by the way, similar to what we get on the iPad Pros or the new iPhones, where the color temperature of the display basically adjusts to the light temperature in your room. So that's pretty great. The sound quality is also really good on this. So if you're into music or you just want to use it for, you know, watching YouTube videos, it's in between the Google Home and the Home Mini when it comes to the sound quality. It's actually closer to the Home, I would say. There is no front camera on this, by the way, which, I mean, you can still do voice calls with your family and friends, but they won't be able to see you. Google says that they made it this way for privacy reasons, which I'm totally okay with, but they could have added a front camera with a slider door, if you know what I mean, or even a camera that rotates so you can have it as a back camera when you need that. You probably you'll never need a back camera on this because, you know, it's a fixed device. So yeah, it's something that you just put somewhere and you don't really use it in your hands. But you get the idea. If this thing had a slider door for the camera, that would be the best way for Google to add a front camera. So yeah, I really hope that they do this with a second generation, and then you can, you know, take video calls on this whenever you want. But I mean, other than that, this is a pretty great device. So great for controlling your smart home accessories, great as a bedroom nightstand. It's actually by far my favorite Google Home device yet. So how does this compare to something like an Apple Home Hub, a HomePod? So that one actually starts at 320 pounds in the UK. The Home Hub starts at 140. So essentially you can buy 2 of these and still have 40 pounds left for something like a Google Home Mini, which is actually 50, by the way. But yeah, even a single Home Hub can do so much more compared to the Apple HomePod. And then even when it comes to the sound quality, the Home Hub isn't that far away from the HomePod. Yeah, I know these names are really confusing, but yeah, sound quality pretty good, not as good as the HomePod, but still pretty good. And in terms of the smart assistant functionality, this thing is so much better than Siri and what the HomePod can do. But yeah, as a conclusion, Google's new Home Hub is actually the best smart assistant, smart speaker, smart hub that you can buy right now. Yes, it is better overall than Apple's HomePod. And it also works with both Android and iOS, and also, you know, Spotify and lots of services, lots of smart home accessories. So yeah, this is actually pretty good. Also, the price is pretty good. So yeah, this has been my 3-day, 72-hour review of the Google Home Hub. So yeah, just subscribe and notifications. If you want to see the full review of this, let me know also in the comments if you want me to do that. And also join the Zone by tapping on that join button. And you also get you support the channel and you get some exclusive perks. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Also guys, I'll be doing the second ZONEofTECH live stream this weekend. So Saturday the 27th for basically everyone, not just members, but everyone. Members would get access to, you know, exclusive comments, so I can see your comments easier if you're a member. But yeah, there we go. My experience with the iPhone XR would be, you know, that's what I'm going to talk about in that video. iPhone XR live stream on Saturday, the 27th of October at probably around 9 p.m. UK time or 1 p.m. PSD. But yeah, thank you for watching. This has been pretty much it for a Home Hub video. I'm Daniel. Thank you for making it until the end. I'm sorry if I feel a bit out of energy. I actually have a cold, had fever yesterday, so I really wanted to record this video ASAP. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'm Daniel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. ZONEofTECH, signing out. Cheers.